It's bright and early. Guess what? I'm in my studio, so tired. I've been daring myself for some time now to do something fun. Let's say I've been privileged not to have to walk in the winter, in the snowstorm, big buses or trains or catch trams or anything like that. I happen to own a car where I drive to work or anywhere I want, by the glory of God. And I've always said that I want to walk a certain mile to see how it feels like to walk in the snow to catch a bus. You know, there are people who are homeless, so I'm in my studio. You see my studio lights. I got some new lights. So my view from my studio, it's kind of pretty to look at until you step into it. So let me show you my view from my studio. This is my view from my studio. Luckily, they came to plow the snow or clean the streets. So yeah, it looks yucky out there, but I'm gonna try and dress up and take a walk a little bit, and see how it feels like. Let me check the temperature and let you know what the temperature is right now. I'm on the first level. I can go up as well to see what we see from the top. The temperature is 32, and this is my view from the attic. So you see the roof of every house. So the business is quiet. It's the weekend for that matter. Yep, that's what I see from the very topmost of the building. Yeah, this is the attic view. It goes all the way down to the street I showed you before. I'm so dreading this. I do not want to do this, but it is about time. I've been saying this for years, so let's do this. Okay, let's go for this adventure and call it a day. I'm so not into it, but I said I want to get this off. Ooh, I can see. As I said, it's about 32 Fahrenheit, which is not bad at all. Am I built for this? Ooh. Okay, let's go, people. Should I do it? Let's just get it done and get it out of the way. It's not a big deal. People love snow. I'm the only one who is not a fan of it. It's beautiful to look at, but it's not really fun to live in. You gotta clean your car, salt the road, plow, mow, whatever you want to do to it. Let's do an outfit check. What do you need? You can see I have my jacket all buttoned up. I have some sort of mask or hoodie. Covers my neck. I can zip it all the way this way. Cover my nose and everything. Definitely. I need a glove. I'm using the leather glove. The inside is woolen, just so you know. So fashion at the same time protective. I have my boots. I have my hot tea here. I'm going to be sipping whilst I embark on this adventure. Some of the snow is turning into rain. Okay, so let's look down and see what I have. When it comes to down, this is how I'm looking. This is my boots. This is my jacket. I have to zip it all the way up. My gloves. Okay, so let's do this one first. Zip up. Let's do this. Okay. So at least even if it's an inch or two, I'm good to go. Okay. Let's turn around. This is what my view is gonna be looking like. So I'm gonna cover my mouth, but I want you to see it. So I'm not gonna have to cover my mouth so that when I'm talking, you can hear me. This is what this would have been looking like if I had to do it all the way up. Woo! It's slashing now, it's melting. Put my hood over it. Let's go for this adventure. I dared myself and I hate to lose, so it is what it is. You gotta be very careful you don't fall. It's looking very slippery. I'm gonna go left first. Okay, So to not make the walk boring, I have to tell you a story. It's gonna be about my migration to the USA and what maybe I've never shared before, what you did not know. So as most of you know, I come from Ghana, where it's very hot, nice and warm. There's nothing like snow. Very tropical, very beautiful. Too sunny sometimes. It feels like the oven sometimes. That is West Africa for you. I'm not used to any of this slushy. Have to get all this working gear and stuff to make it happen. Nope. So just walking in my neighborhood. It's a weekend, Saturday, so people are still asleep. Cars are still covered. This my neighbor has an RV, recreational van. Somebody's cleaning their driveway to head out. And this is a dead end, so the rate of cars that pass here are very few. Okay, so as an immigrant, I had nothing in my mind that says, oh, I want to go live or work abroad. And back in the day, there are no YouTube videos or social media pressure of anybody relocating like that. I happened to relocate because my spouse is based here. That time, I was a boyfriend. We were not married at that time, so I happened to relocate. There's a daycare right here at the dead end. So, if you have a kid in the neighborhood, you can bring your kid here. It's a very nice place. So, there's a railway right in front of me. The higher end over there is a railway, but there's no train passing today. The trains don't make noise. They only toot their horn once a while if they are coming, and the cars all have to stop. So I've reached the dead end. There's no road anymore. As I said, it's a dead end over here, so I just have to go back this way. So let me use the other. I've never ever stepped here. I've lived here for years. I've never walked here before. The best I've done is to drive and make a turn just to see what happens at the dead end. So pretty much this is my second time ever coming here and my first time on foot. So no dreams of relocating. Just your job is go to school, work, marry, give birth, and just live life. Nobody was big on the traveling thing. You knew one or two people who were traveling, and that was it. And so, as I said, my spouse is based here over 2 decades. And obviously, when you're with somebody, the goal is to be together. Good morning. The goal is to be together. Just so you know, the greeting thing is not a big thing here. People don't greet. I just chose to greet because I was so close in his face. The goal is to be together. So then we talked about how I would have to relocate and be with him. People be like, why didn't he relocate and come to your end? But as I said, obviously weighing the options, which one would you have done? Having the person move to Ghana or having you move to USA? And as you can tell, I'm not used to this workout, so I'm already panting. And they haven't plowed that side, so I got to turn, walk on the streets, and then go. So then we said, those are my neighbor's dogs. They are not used to seeing me. So, okay, let's make another 10. So we decided to start the process. First of all, my boyfriend at that time invited me for his graduation. I had no idea, no information about US process, visa application, nothing like that. And then I went to the embassy and I was asked what I do. I said, oh, I just finished school, waiting to do national service. NYSC, as most of you call it. This house is vacant. It's for sale. If you want to buy it, come buy it. And then that is how I went to the embassy, and I was denied because they said, go finish your national service. When you get a job, come back. They know someone who has finished school. When you apply, you would not. When you get a visa, you would not come back when you enter USA. That's the notion, the general notion. So he said, finish school and come back. because no, you have no ties. Literally, there's nothing holding you back in your home country. If you had something big going on, businesses, family, spouse, children, you might come back. Even though some people don't, it doesn't guarantee anything, but your chances of not returning is a lot. Neighbors are still sleeping. It's a weekend. It's getting slushy. Okay, let me show you my face a little bit, so you know I'm still here and I'm still walking. I'm not just lying. I gotta go to the other side. I'm so happy I'm getting this done. Woo. Okay, and then so this happened about somewhere 2010. Okay, so then we had to try again. So I'm sure you've heard about TLC's program, 90-day fiancé. Okay, that's the K1 fiancé visa. There's so many categories of US visa. So that's the K1 visa. Just so you know, I can't walk in anybody's yard. I just have to use the path, the walkway. There are some sorted, some heated pathways that melt, but this one is not. So people have to plow it manually. Okay. So then we tried a K1 visa. At that time I had a classmate, a colleague who applied and got it. So I was so confident that I was going to get the K1 visa. And then, guess what? I did not get the K1 visa. And so that was the second time the US Embassy decided to deny me a visa. And then I said, okay, I'm done with this thing. I don't know what's going on. At the embassy, I remember the consular, I had all the evidence. You got to build the evidence. You have to have pictures, videos, albums, evidence of passport, the person visiting or you visiting the person, the time you met, the hangout you did. You got to have pictures of everything. So I did. I had a big brown envelope with me, a file with everything. Mind you, I've been dating this person for about 6 or 7 years at the time, and he was always visiting, so we had a lot of evidence. Some other stop sign. This is an intersection, so when you're driving and there's a stop sign, you gotta wait, come to a complete stop, not a rolling stop, before you go. I'm tempted to go back, but I'll still go forward a little bit and then we'll come back. So I'm crossing the street now. So as I was saying, that was how I was told. This is you have to write a letter of intent, and in that letter of intent, my fiance said when he met me, fast forward, he came down to meet my family with his uncle, and they bought a drink to see my family. So the consular who was interviewing me underlined that phrase, brought a drink to see your family, meaning that you're married. And I'm trying to tell this consular, sir, that is not how we marry in Ghana. The fact that he came to see my uncle is out of respect. The fact that he came with his uncle to see my dad is out of respect. So in my tradition, that is what you do. Okay, now I have a new target, plowing with a snow blower or something, so I gotta show you that. I haven't drank any of my hot chocolate yet. So he said, yeah, well, tell me the story. What actually happened? The neighbors are still sleeping. Mind you, this is Saturday and it's about 8 a.m. Yep, I woke up early to do this for you. I was so motivated to get it off my bucket list. 8 a.m. and it's actually fun. I think I'm gonna do more of these. I like it. Just that my nose is dripping and I'm out of breath, but it's actually fun. It's really fun. Let's turn around and see. This is the distance I've covered behind me. Those are my footsteps. Can you walk in my footsteps? Hope you're enjoying this vlog. This is how it looks on a snowy day. This is upstate New York. If I haven't said it, this is USA, America, upstate New York. I cannot give you exact location, but when you're talking about upstate New York, you should be talking about Binghamton, you should be talking about Buffalo, Syracuse, etc. So just trying to figure out where you think I am. Okay, so he said because he came to my family and brought a drink, that means that we're married. And I said, no, that's not why we're married. Somebody woke up, it's just not me. That doesn't mean you're married. Anyway, there was nothing I could say to convince that consular. Oops, I'm stuck in the snow. There was nothing I could say to convince that consular, so I had to just take whatever he said. He said, go marry, or bring your marriage certificate, try again, file again, and come back. This is how the trees are. The wet ones are falling. It's dripping all over my shoulder because it's a slushy snow. It is still snowing. It's just very tiny. You cannot see it. But trust me, it's snowing. So I left the embassy very broken-hearted. That is the second time I was denied a visa. Yeah, I did not come to USA through the nursing agency. I came to the USA years back through my husband. Okay, so fast forward, I think I was denied in May, and then we're like, what else can we do? Anyway, he said go marry and come back. He was very clear, categorically clear. So I can't believe I made it all the way to the junction. Anyway, so we decided to get married and see if this thing will go any different. Somebody's warming their car. What you do is you auto start it so that the ice will melt before you wake up. So if you're buying a car, things you should look for, you want to look for an auto start button where you can be in your room and auto start it, or you can do it on your phone from a distance. That is what I have with my 2023 car, so it helps me. Also, you want a heated seat. You want a heated steering. You want to be able to hit your windscreen and the back. Also your side mirrors as well. Okay. This is me. I'm still here trying to make it happen. I'm almost at the road. And then I cannot wait to tell my household what I did. I'm wet, you can see my coat. Yep. You always want to auto start your car. Someone is also hitting his truck before he leaves the house. Yep. So we came back to the drawing board. Got married in December. Denied in May. Got married in December. And then got the marriage certificate. As soon as my husband came to the USA, he quickly started the immigration process. The first 2 times we did everything by ourselves. By the 3rd time we were like, no, we don't want to take the chances, so we decided to employ an immigration lawyer. Let me tell you something, as an immigrant, we are not used to employing or taking care services and consultant services. We want to do it all by ourselves, DIY. You don't want to pay somebody to help you fill out that paperwork. You do not want to pay somebody to help you do whatever you have to do. Every time we want to try to do it ourselves. Sometimes it will end up costing you more. People are beginning to wake up. And I am almost at my destination. So this is a big new storage that was built. Self-storage. And this is somebody who is awake trying to clean their snow too. I can't put the camera on him much. So yeah, so it's good to employ the services of a professional to get things done for you. You see that car? That car gives me hope. That is my landmark where I intend to enter and then go back home. And then I'm going to now take my car and drive out. So I did the walk. I don't know how many miles this is. I don't have an iWatch to check what is going on. But I'll figure it out and add it to this video when I post it. So you can fence your yard. Most of the houses are open. You don't fence, they build walls like how we do back home. But you can. These houses are very beautiful, especially in the winter time. And the plants or the leaves all fall off, dry and all that disappear. The trees become very naked. You see this one? Before the snow starts falling. Okay? Yeah. So then we took an immigration lawyer, told him all our story, presented all our files. Your story should always be consistent. Whatever you present to the embassy should be whatever you are taking physically to the interview. Okay? So if you add this picture, say you met March 1st, if the person filing says you met March 1st, if you are going to the embassy, you want to carry documents that show this picture was taken on March 1st or whatever, you know what I mean? Your stories have to be consistent. You have to keep your answers very simple. Don't go and over talk. The consulates are trained psychologists. They'll read into you. They'll make you shake. The environment is very nerve-wracking. Even if you're a nervous person, they can make you nervous. This is another company. They do tattoos over here. I still haven't gotten that my dream tattoo. This is the distance behind me. This is what I've covered so far, and I'll be going back that route. I'm almost at the my landmark. I cannot believe I did this, man. Anyway, snow is beautiful to look at. It's just not fun. I'm freezing. Just it's not that cold. As I said, it's 33F. 33F in Celsius. I'll get you the figure. I'll put it on the screen. I can't convert right now. Okay. So I wanted to get to those traffic lights. Yeah. This building, the green one with the green lights, is the medicinal marijuana place. They don't sell it. I don't know how they do the transaction, but you can come here and buy the medicinal herbs or weed for your pain. Okay, as you can see, this is a used car dealer place. They sell cars, and it's time for me to head back. I'm so glad I made it here. This is an apartment complex for the elderly, and this is the busy streets. You see the weed sign, the marijuana, the truck. So some of the used cars, they always take them out. Okay, so I've gotten to where I need to be, and it's time to turn around. Yay! Okay, so I think it's going back. Let's go back. It's snowing badly, trust me. And I think it's time to take a sip for my hot tea. It's time to take a sip for my hot tea. Okay, good. I'm heading home. As I am here, I have somebody waiting for me in my YouTube studio. It's gonna take me about 10 minutes to get home. He just has to wait. He has to wait. Okay, so hashtag everything can wait. That's what I've done now, because I have a lot of things consuming me. My work is stressful. I smell the weed. Oh, I'm gonna be high so soon. What's the name? My work is stressful. Business is consuming. Family, social life, and I have an upcoming surprise you'll see on my channel very soon. I didn't even know there was somebody behind me. You always want to watch over your shoulder. I'm all drenched in wet snow, but we did it! Yep. I'm so glad I did. Okay. This is somebody's Infinix over here, FX35. Let's see if I got it right. I used to know cars so much. Yes, I got it right. I used to be a fan of keeping names. This is beautiful. Anyway, oh my God. Can't believe I walk all the way here. I've never, ever. Anyway, there's somebody also in front of me walking there. So it looks nasty because the road has been clean and people have stepped inside, but it's beautiful when it hasn't been touched. Some of the houses, these are about 3, 4, 5 bedroom houses with a basement and attic. Houses in this part of town always have a basement and attic. It's also helped with the heat and the cold circulation. At this point, attics are very cold, basements are very cold, and summertime too, they are very hot. Back to the immigration story. So we got married, filed with the immigration lawyer. It cost a fortune, of course. And then I finally got my visa approved. We went to the MVC and all those stuff, USCIS and all those stuff, and then it got approved and I went for the interview. Let's cross to the other side. I don't think I've showed you that side of the view. So I got approved. This house is always very decorated. It's Christmas time, very. So the visa got approved. I went to the interview because I got a date. I went to the interview. I was asked, what's your name? And he said, as soon as he saw me, he said, I bet you're tired of coming here, huh? And I laughed so hard. I was like, of course, yes. I am so tired of coming here. Then he I am so tired of coming here. Then he said, okay, what's your name? Where are you going to? What does your husband do at this time of the day? Where is he? Your stories have to be consistent. I told you. Stories have to be consistent. Let's go behind a little bit. Yep. So I said what my husband does and where he is at that time. I think it was about 10 a.m. So I said he's at work at this time. This is what he does and that and stuff. Okay. And then he said, okay, let me see your passport. I gave the passport to him. I think that take your passport first before anything. So I gave the passport to him. And then Lincoln. Most of us have garages, we just don't park inside because some people use it as a men's cave, some people use it for extra storage. You can put things inside. Our garage is full, so my car is always sitting outside. So you have to wake up early, factor in the time you're going to use to dress up and wear multiple clothes, factor in the time you're going to use to clean your car and all that stuff. Get your coffee ready or tea, whatever you drink. Anyway, so that is how he took my passport and then asked me those basic questions, and then he said your visa one still has their Christmas decoration on their door. Then he said the trees look beautiful when the snow attaches to them. Then he said your case is approved. No, he didn't say that. He said pick up your visa in 2 weeks at the venue you listed. In Ghana, there are so many places you can go pick up your visa. You don't have to come to the embassy to pick it up. So one of them is a White House, I think Ring Road, DHL building area. And that is how I left there. So excited. Mind you, this third time, nobody ever looked at my picture, file, evidence, whatever. This test is so beautiful. The brick laid over here and the ice falling on it. Nobody ever looked at it. No single person said, let me see this evidence. Nothing. I was literally asked nothing. And that is how my spousal visa, I think CR1 category is what they call it, got approved. I came out, got my phone, told my husband about it. He was so happy. Mind you, it was done over here in the US whilst I was at the interview. He stayed awake all night. Every interview I go, he stays awake. This is the only tree that the leaves never come off when it's snowing. And this is the grass because it's so huge, the snow couldn't get to it. It's a beautiful tree. One thing that I had a culture shock when I came is how green the environment looks. He's still plowing or hand, whatever. Yeah. So so as I said, he stays up for all my, somebody also awake. Weekends people sleeping in America. That's why the breakfast places open all the way till 12 and beyond. They call it brunch. Nobody expects you to come do breakfast at 6 a.m. on weekends. So I remember going for breakfast at 12:20. Everybody sleeps in, all their cars are in there. It's only people who still work weekends, like nurses like us, who no matter what, whether rain or shine, we still have to work. Okay. So I said that was how the visa got approved, and then I did it, man. I did. I walked. So nobody's gonna ask you what you're doing. Nobody cares what you're wearing. Just don't trespass on their property. So I'm using the walkway where I'm supposed to walk. Is where I am walking. I'm not going into their yard. Nope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. I see my home at the end. I see my home. That person is still knocking the person's door, banging the door actually. This person has not even cleaned their front yard, not their driveway. Anyway, I'm almost home. So, Teresa went for that interview. I think we married in December. Went for that interview, I don't remember which month, but after we married, yeah, it took us 2 years before I got a date to go for the interview, by the way. Yep, the wait. People have passed NCLEX and they are waiting to come to America. People have found jobs and they are waiting. The immigration system is a long one. You cannot rush it. I'm back at that interjection. And then I got to cross now. I'm almost home. My husband is going to be so proud of me and be so shocked. If you know me very well, walking is something I'm not used to. Living back in Ghana, you will never find me walking. Never. But here I am, trying to exercise and also trying to break this record. This thing I have on my bucket list. Trying to get it done. I'm so drenched at this point. Woo! I'm so drenched. And there's no birds are out screaming in my face. Anyway, so this is behind me. Watch the top of my hat for a while. Ooh, I hope I still have my key. If not, I'm stuck outside. Okay, so then, as I said, my visa got approved, and then waited for 2 years pretty much before went for that interview and blah blah blah. So bought a ticket, had to leave my job properly. I did not resign. I did 1 year without pay, just so if I come and all is not going well, I have a job to go back to. Okay, my advice to you is that you can do same. This is my feet. And this is somebody trying to clean her house. My advice to her is that you can do same, and so that when you come and all is not going well, you have something to go back to. So it's the open house system. 3-4 bedrooms I was talking about. You can get them between $1,500 to $1,000 a month, and ours is a mortgage, so we don't rent. We bought it, so I did it. Are you proud of me? I cannot believe I did it. Man, my feet feel so sore. I have some warm rush feeling. I'm glad I did it early so nobody will be waking up and be seeing how lazy this girl is walking. I did it, people. I did it. I did it. Thanks for believing in me. I'm glad I made it home safely. I did it. I did it. I did it. Okay, so then I entered the plane, came to America. Worked at CNA for 2 years, and then Reed took my NCLEX license. Got my NCLEX done. And then I working as RN. I cannot believe I made it. I made it, people. I made it. Whew. Thanks for believing in me. Thanks for going on a walk with me. I'm so tired. Now it's getting windy. You see the direction of the wind? Multiple clothes and I'm still cold. My fingers are numb. Hope you enjoyed this walk. Just let me give you a break from the nursing stuff, and let's do something different for once. Something different like a vlog. So this is my little Saturday walk. It will take a few days for the snow to melt and dry. They're going to salt it and put sand on it and all the stuff. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. My feet are so sore. My nose is dripping. But we did it. We did it. We did it. Did it. I just kept going, and the story made it fun, you know. The story made it fun. So if you are that person waiting for a visa and waiting for interview dates, I'm told the interview dates are now 2025. It's gonna come. I waited for 2 years. It took me 8 years to finally enter America. My very first visa that was denied was 8 and to the time I got it took me 8 years, and I'm here. It's not rosy. It's fun sometimes, it's boring, lonely sometimes. But I'm very, very grateful to God for this opportunity. People want it, they don't get it. Your case might be genuine, but they will still deny you visa. Some people's case might not be genuine, but they will still get the visa. So yeah, let me run to my YouTube studio and host my guest and watch that video when it comes out. I'll relate to it. I'll mention the fact that I did a walk, and then here I am again. Oh my, thank you. I feel so free. I knocked it out. I cannot believe myself. I did it. It's like therapeutic, and I don't know why people exercise. Maybe I should do this more often. What do you think? Let me know if you can do what I did. And as I said, it's cold. It's cold. It's windy now. Yay! Take care and bye-bye.